This is Leland Scar. He is an apprentice carpenter just waking up for a long day of pounding nails. Waking up to gunfire and screams tells Leland something is very wrong, and he is not exactly sure what is happening. He begins searching his house for something to defend himself with, as he feels deeply uneasy. Finding nothing but a griddle pan, he decides it's all he's gonna be able to find, and he sets off, not before grabbing a snack to find some help. Watching his rotting neighbor Sandra stumble towards him, he feels overwhelming emotions as he stomps on a rotting head, remembering all of the summer barbecue cookouts the neighborhood had together. Checking the taxi in the driveway that he took home last night after bar hopping for a key, he was unlucky. What the hell is going on? Leland thought. Sneaking over to his other neighbor's house, he spots another shambling corpse followed by one of the trees. After dispatching the dead, he checks their corpses for any idea of what's going on. What is this? Leland thought. AIDS? Chemical warfare? Russians? Leland didn't have time to think. He snuck into his other neighbor, Ryan's house, to see if he was still there. Alas, nothing but a TV showing static. He browsed Ryan's house for something of use and found a fanny pack with some supplies in it. Seeing more of those things outside, he gripped his pan tight and mentally prepared himself to end more lives. Finding a taxi key on the keyring of the dead was the first glimmer of hope Leland has felt all day. Seeing a shed, Leland thought he might be able to find himself a better weapon. Finally finding a watch, he was now able to tell the time and temperature. No wonder I'm freezing, Leland whispered to himself. Finding a steel rod in the shed, Leland stuffed the pan in his sheet sling bag and put the cool steel rod on his back. Leland felt more comfortable with something that properly resembled a weapon in his hands. Continuing his search, Leland found a claw hammer and attached it to his belt. Remembering the taxi key he found earlier, he spotted one of the yellow vehicles just down the road. Before he could attempt checking the taxi, he spotted a walker with a cowboy hat that resembled the one his late father bought him for his 12th birthday. Entering the taxi, he attempted to put the key in, and it wouldn't fit. Shit, Leland thought. His luck changes slightly when he found a cardboard box with a solid amount of supplies inside of it. After gathering what he could, he made the short trek back to his home. As he got closer, he remembered the taxi sitting in his driveway. No shot, Leland muttered. He hopped in the car, put the key in it, and it was a fit. He waited to crank the engine over to prevent the noise from attracting more of those things. Feeling slightly more optimistic, Leland looked around his fenced-in yard and imagined the base camp he could turn the area into if none of this blew over. After dropping off his newfound loot at home, he set out for more, hopefully to find some answers as well. Walking back into the neighborhood, there was a lone walker. He dispatched it with ease. Laying his eyes on a burnt home, he debated on whether he would check it out or not. Why not? I don't have to be anywhere, Leland softly chuckled to himself. All he found in the crisp of a home were 2 hammers. Moving on, he carefully checked out the trailers. Not finding much of anything but food, he moved on to the second one that looked a little bit more active. Jesus Christ, it's a goddamn party in there, Leland thought. He then looted another trailer, finding some homemade soup. He finished it in one sitting. When getting home, he dumped off all the supplies he found in cupboards and armoires around his house. Hopping in his new whip, he set off to find himself a TV, because if he was going to be alone, he damn sure wasn't going to be bored. Scooping his new box set into his arms, he set off to his car when he ran into some shamblers, fighting them off with surprising ease considering the 10-kilogram TV in his arms. When he got home, he excitedly places the TV on his bedside table and tunes into his favorite educational channel, Life and Living. He decided to barricade the property with a taxi just in case he had some unexpected visitors in the night. Craving any sense of normality for the day, Leland decides to try to make a pea and mutton stir-fry just like his mom used to. As it sizzled out of the oven, Leland scarfed some of it down and saved the rest for the days to come. Heading off to sleep for the night, Leland silently hoped all of this would just be a nightmare in the morning. Waking up to the exact same nightmare, Leland sighed and grabbed the kid's walkie-talkie in the closet he found earlier to see if he could make contact with anybody. He checks the frequency of the radio station in the taxi and syncs them up. Finally securing a connection, hearing another person's voice on the radio station, all this madness gives him a glimmer of hope. Leland grabs a bit of the pea mutton stir-fry and is off for the day to continue looting. As Leland gets close to this house, he doesn't hear a peep from inside, but gets jump scared by an infected woman. Finding some useful tools in the basement, Leland continues and marks all the places he's hit up on his map. Stealthily stabbing a shambler in the back gives Leland a sense of confidence that he is going to need in the coming seconds. Checking the beat-up sedan, he finds a flashlight and some bandages in the glove compartment. Tactically sweeping the house, Leland feels safe enough to loot the kitchen. Hearing groans behind him, Leland springs into action and raises his bat above his head. He then moves to clear and loot both the upstairs and the basement, finding some carpentry supplies in the lower floors. Feeling slightly exhausted, Leland feels some anxiety fighting when so tired. He takes a pit stop in the washroom to rest his mind and body. He continues to move through the hordes of the dead in the neighborhood. Moving on to the next house that has a garage beside it, he gets a spark of excitement in his stomach. That excitement begins to fade once he hears some shuffling behind a door, and a horde appears in the backyard through the glass. He scrambles through driveways and yards until he's back home to rest and drop some loot off. Understanding he needs to become more powerful to terminate those things, Mr. Leland Scar hammers some nails into the head of his baseball bat. After the last few nails were hammered, Leland grips his new weapon with a sense of pride. Still short of breath from running from the massive dead a few houses over, Leland decides to take a rest at his dining table before setting out again. Continuing back to where he was scared off, Leland is able to test his new weapon out, and it kicks ass. Finding his way back, Leland begins taking apart the horde that scared him off, walker by walker. Finally being able to check out the garage, he starts to feel extreme excitement in his hands, something he hasn't truly felt in years. After hopping through the window, he is met with immense disappointment as there is absolutely nothing of use in that goddamn garage. Continuing on, he finds a green car and hopes he can find the key for it in the surrounding area. Finding the key, the car roared back to life and he drove it back to base camp. As he parked his new cars, he decided to rest and call it for the night. Thank you guys so much for watching. I decided to do something a little bit different here, even though my channel has like nothing on it anyway, I don't know. Shout out to Two Wheel Gaming for the inspiration of the unscripted survivor concept. Anyways, if you guys like this and want more, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you guys loads.